Sometimes a person does not feel lost because he or she has no path. A person feels lost because every path feels like it must prove something to someone. In a small village, there lived a young man, standing at the edge of youth and responsibility. He was not lazy, he was not foolish. In fact, people used to say, "This boy has something in him." But after some time, even praise started becoming pressure, because everyone could see his talent, only he could not decide where to take it. Some days he wanted to become rich, not because he truly wanted money, but because money looked like a way to silence the people who laughed at him. Someday he wanted to become famous, not because fame had meaning for him, but because someone else's success had disturbed his peace. And this is where his life slowly started slipping away, not because of one big failure, but because of small changes in direction again and again. One friend said something and his dream changed. One successful person passed by and his dream changed again. One insult hurt him and suddenly he wanted a completely different life. Days passed, then years passed, and the boy remained almost at the same place. Slowly, people started laughing at him. Then they started criticizing him openly. He thinks too much, he had intelligence but no action, he will never do anything. The boy heard these words, and after some time, even when nobody was speaking, he started hearing them inside his own mind. Maybe you know this feeling too, when you know you have a lot of potential, but your direction is still unclear. When you are not weak, but you are afraid of choosing wrong. One night, tired of his own confusion, the boy looked towards the sky and said, "God, show me a path. I want to become something, I just do not know what I want." That night, it is said, God appeared before him. God asked, "Tell me, what do you want?" The boy became nervous, because for the first time, the question was not coming from the village, it was coming from the God. After thinking for a long time, he said, "Give me enough wealth to make everyone respect me." God said, "All right." But before the blessing could become real, the boy stopped. "No, wait, God, please give me 1 month to think about it." The next day, he went to his friends and he asked, "If I get that much money, everyone will finally respect me, right?" His friend said, "Money may come, but what if tomorrow you fall terribly sick and even money cannot save you?" And just like that, his desire became fear again. 1 month later, God returned. "Now tell me, what do you want?" This time, the boy said, "I do not want money, make me immortal." God said, "All right." But again, the boy stopped. "No, wait, give me 1 more month to think." Again, he went to his friends, and his friends said, "You may become immortal. What if one day you have a terrible accident? What if you lose the ability to walk, move, or live freely? You will still be alive, but because you are immortal, even death will not come." Now the boy was not only confused, he was afraid. When God came again, the boy lowered his head and said, "I cannot understand what is right for me. Please you tell me." God looked at him quietly and said, "I can only give you what you ask for with a clear mind. But your mind changes every time." And the boy had no answer. Then God said, "Your problem is not that you have less talent. Your problem is that your talent has no direction. You do not want to become something. You only want to answer people. You ask for money because you wanted to look big in their eyes. You ask for immortality because fear entered your mind. And suddenly, even money was not enough. A person who does not know where he wants to go, even the whole world is placed in his hand, he will still feel lost. And this is where the story becomes less about him and more about us. Because nowadays, most people are not lost because there are no opportunities. They are lost because every day social media and different platforms show them a new path, a new dream, a new way to become successful, a new life to compare themselves with. And slowly, they stop choosing from clarity. They start choosing from pressure. And maybe this is why you sometimes feel stuck too. Not because you have no ability, but because every new opportunity makes you ask, should I leave what I am doing and start something else? That day, the boy received no miracle, no money, no immortality, no magical powers, but the first time he understood something. He was not lost because life gave him no path. He was lost because he never stayed on one path long enough. Before this story reaches its final thought, subscribe to YRJ Motivation for more quiet stories about hidden patterns inside us. And in the end, the boy finally understood one thing: a confused mind can waste even the greatest talent. Because without clarity, every opportunity becomes another reason to hesitate. And sometimes, life is not refusing to show us the road. It is us who are still afraid to choose one direction and stay with it.